Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals, and they're about to make that very clear. So just kick back and hang with them, as you've earned it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast, episode 24. 25 is coming up real soon. And we keep talking about, hey, we should have a cool guest. We haven't found a cool guest yet. So episode 24, also episode number 4 of Sucking Liquid Death's Dick.
Dude, they liked our stuff.
Don't fuck the world. They did like our stuff. They did like our stuff.
Yeah.
We were actually sitting at coffee the other morning. Coffee or lunch?
No, we were at Olivia's.
Okay, we were at lunch. And then we were having a conversation, and I was just looking at my phone, and I was like, Mike, it's happening. And Liquid Death liked 4 of our reels. So we'll leave it at that and just make sure that our product placement is nice and prominent here on the screen.
It's happening. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Moving on up.
Dude.
Anyways, this is just kind of a... At what point does it get sad?
The Kobe Bryant episode. What?
At what point does it get sad?
When we're years into it and we're still not sponsored.
That's fair. That's fair. So episode 24, we're here. We've kind of shifted our schedules a little bit. We used to do this on Sunday nights, and then we realized that Monday nights just kind of end up working a little bit better because by Sunday night we're
just dead.
We're dead. We're in need of recovery. So that being said, welcome back to the Monday night episode of Walking Blind podcast. Let's hit it with a mental health check.
All right, I'll start.
Let's do it.
Mentally, I feel good. I've had some fun changes. I moved upstairs and downstairs, which is actually cool because I have a dark room for the first time in my life. So
you're now in close proximity to the island that you walk around in circles. Did we talk about this on the show? Was that on the show or was that like at the coffee shop? I don't know if that was on the show or at the coffee shop.
I don't remember.
Everything's blurring together at this point.
Yeah.
But so just to give viewers a little recap, just in case they've never heard it, you've been doing your steps, getting your steps in around the island in your house.
Yeah, the kitchen. It's not as crazy as it sounds. I'm just like, it's like instead of just pacing, I just go around the counter.
It's a big island.
It's a big island.
It's a big island.
And so I'm usually on my phone. I'm listening to something.
Some would say it's a lonely island. You're by yourself.
No, it's nice. It's good. It's good. I don't know. I watched most of Moon Knight.
I'm caught up.
Are you?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it a lot more now.
Okay.
I've got Oscar Isaac needs an award.
Dude, yeah.
He's killing it. And I think that I'm hoping that we get to see the third personality for Mark Spector.
Mm-hmm. We kind of did, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Without spoilers, I think we did. I didn't like the show at first. I actually I kind of wasn't feeling it. I didn't like the the way it was telling the story. But then as I got more and more into it, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to enjoy it more. So yeah,
I like the without spoiling stuff. I like that they're now starting to make some ties to the MCU, and I guess knowing what movies are coming, I feel like there's a reason why the season or series finale, I guess, apparently it's a one and done. I think it's cool that it's gonna release, like, I guess the day before Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
so, exciting.
I also like that. I also like that we now have a clear. Wait, what episode are you on?
I'm caught up.
Okay, so I like that we have a clear explanation as to why there's Mark and the other person.
Yeah, that's
what
cool.
I mean? So that that makes sense to me. That's interesting. I just thought off the top of my head, it'd be really cool to, once Moon Knight is done, do a breakdown of Moon Knight and talk about the mental health aspects to it.
Oh yeah,
That'd be kind of cool. Anyways, I totally hijacked your mental health check. Let's go.
Yeah.
You're back doing laps around the island, and right near that island, you have now moved into a new bedroom.
Yes, which is fine.
Is it though?
It is. Okay. But other than that, I'm good. It was a good week. Just a lot of moving. And then what else happened?
You guys had a Daily Brew wedding.
Daily Brew wedding. Yeah. So yeah, mentally I'm good, and I feel like I'm gonna be better this week because I'm gonna be running, not just walking on my kettlebell, but I'll be running on an actual treadmill for our show on Friday.
Yeah, that's.
But and then to end the week, we had a wedding for our coworker Brian, who's actually no longer at the shop, but he's such a good dude.
He's a good guy.
I
haven't gotten to hang out with him as much, but the interactions I've had with him, he's a good dude. Seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he is. He's just a solid dude. Very articulate. He would have been really cool to have on the podcast, just hear him talk.
When does he leave?
Well, he graduates from so he got married. Okay, so this is his schedule. He got married yesterday, which was Sunday.
Okay.
He graduates from CBU on Tuesday.
Okay.
And then him and his wife move/drive to Tennessee on Wednesday. So it's an hour of the night.
So we're gonna have to zoom him in.
Yeah.
Missed our shot.
Yeah. But he's cool. And I went out we got dinner last week, I think it was. A couple of us went out with him just to get some sushi. And I didn't know this until then, but like we're talking, and he was dropping his opinions on medications and what certain medications are and what they aren't to people. It was cool. It was cool to hear his perspective on
medications
that.
As far as like
there's a lot to it, but basically how there's like we're prescribing like kind of just like we're prescribing medications that aren't necessarily needed to certain types of mental illnesses.
You're talking about like Adderall, things like that,
stuff like that. Yeah, because he's like
antidepressants, maybe.
Yeah, mostly antidepressants. Like they're like he's talking about how basically like there's ways around it, and there's ways to raise, whatever you have a deficiency in and stuff.
Right.
Which is I've felt that too, but it was cool. It was cool to hear his perspective, and I was kind of like, man, we've been talking about this shit.
And what did he go to school for?
I want to say I think this could be completely wrong, but I think he's getting his degree in psychology.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense then.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense why he would know and understand that.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, he might even just be. I think just in general, he'd be cool to have on the pod.
It's kind of it's an interesting topic to kind of jump into, and I know that we don't have the qualifications to especially jump into it today.
Mm-hmm.
But like, realistically, like we've become pretty much a society that's just like, let's throw medication at everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so that makes total sense to me why we would be, over prescribing things that weren't necessary, in a sense. Like I believe in medication. I believe that it can do great things, but I don't think that it's a cure all.
Right. And when you realize that there's incentives behind it,
yeah, absolutely.
then it really muddies the water. Yeah, we don't have to go into that.
Yeah, we won't dive too deep.
But yeah, so mentally I'm good. Wedding was fun. So the wedding was in this really beautiful. It was like in the hills of Marietta, California. And you know, the only things we were really worrying about was that it was kind of cold, so we all had like our jackets and stuff. And so we had a fun night. And then as I was leaving, it's like a big property, and they were shuttling people. They're shuttling people in to where they parked, just down the way. And it was like pitch black, but it's like these big carts, these big like long golf carts. He's like, yeah, I'll take you down. And I was like, oh, it's fine. It seemed like a lot of trouble to like just take me. I was like, it's all right. I got my phone. And he's like, no, like you probably want me to take you down. I was like, wow, that was threat. That was weird.
It was a very vague threat.
Yeah.
There, right?
So I was like, all right. And he's just like, yeah, we have like a bit of a rattlesnake problem. So I was like, oh, well, that would have been cool to have known, you know, throughout our time here.
Have you ever been like around a rattlesnake, or have you seen one in the wild?
I've been around one. I don't think I've ever really like seen one. I've seen snakes in the wild when I'd go on hikes.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, dude. Oh. Yeah, and that's about. Oh, and also, and then he's just like, yeah. He's like, this is a mountain lion reserve, like this whole area, I was like, oh, well, again, something that would have been nice to have known beforehand. It's like I'm all walking around the grounds, all worry free. No, but it was cool. It was a really pretty wedding, and the brew weddings become, they're like fun. I look for, like they've made me look forward to weddings. I used to hate weddings.
Interesting. Muy interesante, bro.
Muy interesante.
Oh man. Yeah, you guys. The brew is definitely like a tight knit. You guys are a tight knit group and family. You know, Martin and I are included on the sidelines of that. You know, but you guys are very like, you know.
Yeah, it's just a cool environment, and it's a good. I mean, lately, it's like been busy, but like, you know, you're in close quarters with people, so you get to know them.
Yeah. I
try to keep it light, and so I feel like it's, at least for me, like I'm constantly. My thing is, whenever any song on the radio, I will basically, I'll be like, I'm trying to think of a good example. What's that? This Sade Ordinary Love. Mm-hmm. Like, for just an example, I'll say, this song is about two prison inmates. And I've done it so much that now everyone's caught on because they know like I'm full of shit. But
yeah.
But yeah, so like different, and then or I'll do. I think I've talked about this before. I'll do sad stories that aren't true, and so like randomly at our shop, we have this like really. It's pretty. It's a trumpet version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and so
trumpet.
It's like a trumpet version of it.
Okay,
and so I was on bar with my coworker Marissa, and I was just like, sad stories that aren't true. That's literally what I said. I said sad stories that aren't true. Do you know the song was played at Julie Garland's funeral? And Risk got all sad. She's like, I was like, it's not true. I'm literally making it up on the spot. But yeah, anytime there's a song that comes on, I'll find something. Just, I don't know.
What are the odds that I could put like a lavalier mic on you for a day and hook up like a audio recorder and just get like your day-to-day comment? Like, you know how they do like when you're mic'd up, like in baseball or football or something like that. You're like,
dude, that'd be
careful,
so
I'm mic'd
funny.
up. Be careful, I'm mic'd up. I'm mic'd up. I'm mic'd up.
We have to do some serious editing for like certain customers.
And then you'd like absolutely forget at some point in time. Like, oh shit, I was mic'd. Oh, I was mic'd.
Yeah, no. Well,
She said what?
yeah.
You know, like
I didn't say that.
I've never said that.
Yeah, why do I care that they came in?
Why would I care that she just walked in?
Yeah, huh? This is crazy. That would be funny. That would be pretty funny. But also at the same time, it's like, I don't know if you guys want to hear what baristas say.
How many like, oh shit, or oh fuck, or oops would you get in there?
I mean, a lot of oops because, like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm constantly dropping things, but I don't know. I think it's hard. It's more like context stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're constantly making fun of register, like where I'm at. I can hear just enough of the register, but there's like a little wall here.
Yeah.
And so I'm constantly saying stuff under my breath. You know, like when people were like, can I get a
Be careful what you say now because people have regular orders.
Oh, you're right. Dude, like, if they watch this, then yeah.
Your next drink's on Mike.
Yeah. Like they'll be like, can I get I'm gonna get a 9-pump sugar-free caramel with 1 pump of the sugar-free mocha, but make sure it's non-fat milk. And then like when I
10 pumps.
Yeah, so then I'm like, so as I'm like, you know, giving out, I'm like, I have like your why bother? Like but make sure it has to be non-fat milk.
It's got to be non-fat.
It's like, ooh, okay, because yeah. Anyway, I don't know. It's just really small, dumb stuff, but it's just things that entertain myself.
I feel like it would be entertaining.
Yeah, I feel like our shop just has characters in general. We have definitely our favorites, and then we have our that could be a whole episode.
That's the whole thing. Yeah.
We should just walk around. We should take that with us and just interview.
I have a smaller recorder than this that we could handheld.
Dude, we would just go to the shop and mid rush just interviewing people. Doing mic
handoffs in the middle of the brew, like, hey yo, what's the fuck?
Yeah, well,
I don't even know what I just said right now, but
yeah,
which just sparked my my brain right now. Have you seen it's like I don't know if it's like a drawing or if it's an oil painting or whatever of an artist painted a screenshot of the what the fuck is up, Denny's?
Dude, yes. Yeah, I did see that.
It's like I really want it. Like I want it to live somewhere in the house. Like, we just need that, like an oil painting.
That's so funny.
Yeah, man. It's gotta be here somewhere.
Yeah. What did you send that? Did you send it in a chat? I feel like I just saw it. Maybe it was in the MBR one.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
it's possible I sent it to you. I send you a lot of stuff. I mean, we've gotten to a point at this point where people question it if we don't hang out. You're like, what's going on? Why aren't you guys together?
Dude, it was in the MBR one.
It's such a good it's such a good picture.
Yeah, I can really see it, but
I'm gonna see if I can remember to put a screenshot in the video version of this.
But so yeah, where are you? How's your mental health check an hour later?
You know what? Like I've been good. I've been a little under the weather. Ever since actually like last episode, I think was when it started. Like I was feeling all congested and stuff. Still a little sniffly. This week has been like that too. So I've just been kind of like resting up, trying to get myself back to 100%, which kind of sucks because I haven't like worked out or anything like that, and we have the show coming up in 4 days.
4 days.
Practice tomorrow, so I got to see if I can push through that and like not completely annihilate and ruin myself. But yeah, I mean, I've been. I guess you're waiting for me to talk about this. I've been. I got caught off guard. So a little perspective. I think like right before we started this show, like right around the time or right before we actually started the show, I had met someone through mutual friends, and it's a girl. I'm not
shocked.
I'm not gay. Guys.
Just shocked, bro.
We're not a gay couple.
Yeah,
we could be.
It could be. It'd be pretty rad. It'd be pretty rad.
What was that? What was the? Hey man, just with my boy out here, just run the swans. Just run the swans. Like, man, we need to really start talking to girls. I want to be out here doing this with you. So yeah, I had a while back had met somebody. We clicked. It was cool. Like we got along really well. Everything felt like cool. And then it just kind of became like I think we're just going to be friends type thing. Right. So it was one of those things where it was like, all right, cool. Like we're going to be friends. It is what it is. We'll still talk. We'll still, just be involved with each other. But then it was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I wanted like it, you were pretty much there when it like straight up just blindsided me when out of nowhere it went from like, we're just friends to like, oh, maybe this is something more than that. Like it was like this, we went out, we had a good time, and then everything just felt really comfortable. Everything just felt really like, right.
Yeah.
Is that the right word for that? I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that. And it's been a while since I've been in that mindset, since I've been in that like headspace. So all of this shit is kind of weird for me. It's kind of new, but,
I think what's cool about it from just my outside perspective is that you guys were very, I think it seems like you guys both very open about the stuff you guys were doing.
Yeah.
And then so like, I just feel like there's no mysteries.
Yeah. Everything's been pretty open and honest about shit. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how, I really don't like know how to explain it other than like, it just, it seems like the right move. And you were there when I was kind of like, oh, this might not be just
this is love. Is what he said.
I don't think did I say that?
I think
you don't say that.
I think he said something like, it feels like destiny.
I don't think those words have ever come out of my mouth. But.
It's destiny is what he said. No, I was going to say that.
Anyways, so yeah, it's been cool. And the funniest thing about it is that me spending time with somebody sparked up questions amongst the family about why Mike and I weren't hanging out together. And we got a nice little nice little story out of it.
So this was it Friday that I was like, hey, and you're like, no, I can't. I'm doing stuff. Was it Friday or Saturday?
I think it was Saturday. No, it was when you were going to the brewery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, I think. No,
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, and so then we're gonna go meet up, and I hit up Mike, and he said that he had other plans, and so I was like talking to my talking to my parents, and they're like, oh, who you meeting up with, and what? Anyway, tonight. And they're like, oh, you meeting up with Mike? And I was like, no. I was like, Mike has plans. And I was like, I don't want to say anything or something like that. Like it's a secret, And so my mom is like, oh, it's a secret. And then, she said, sorry, I'm like reading this whole story.
It was a surprise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I was like, she's going to give me like a surprise. And then out of nowhere, I didn't even know my dad was listening to this conversation at all. But my dad from like the background was like, I wish you would surprise me.
There's something about it that hurts even more when it comes from your father.
Yeah.
Right? Because your mom, you're going to hear that all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then what makes it hurt even more was that my brother was there to witness this. So he made it 10 times worse because he laughed. He laughed so hard when yeah. So it's like, it's just funny when like my family like, oh, like, why aren't you hanging out with Mike? And then my dad basically called me out.
So what does that mean for you, Mike?
It means that I'm gonna start looking in the classifieds. I'm gonna start using Facebook. Just kidding. I don't know.
So I want to preface this. Mm-hmm. There was a long stretch of time where like we joked about how like we joked, but it wasn't really a joke. But how on Valentine's Day for like the past 2 years, neither of us have had plans.
Oh, yeah.
So like we would hang out and record songs, record music, whatever. But there's been like this long stretch of time where, and even Martin had commented on this like the other day. He was like, there's this long stretch of time where only one of us would ever be in a relationship at one time. Like you'd be with somebody and then me and Martin would be single, or Martin would be with somebody, we'd be single, or whatever, right? And then like just this like long period of time where Martin's in a relationship, Martin's gone, and then we're single. Mm-hmm. We start hanging out and like we're doing things like that. And there was a tiny little stretch of like 2 days where you were like, all right, man, I'm gonna get on a dating app.
Well, yeah.
And mind you, neither of us had ever been on a dating app at this point in time. Still to this day, I've never been on Tinder, Bumble, whatever. Mm-hmm. Plenty of Fish, Christian Mingle, Judate,
Farmers Only.
J-Date. Is Judate, J-Date? Something like that.
What? Farmers Only?
Farmers Only. Never signed up. So we've never been on dating apps. And then Mike was the one that was like, I'm gonna get on Bumble.
Well, okay, so that wasn't because I was like, I want to get on. It all started because my old coworker Lauren. She, I don't remember this, but she said that I had made a deal that I would, when I graduated, when I got my degree, that I would get on a dating app if I wasn't dating anybody, because I've always said that like, especially when I was in school, I didn't want to date. I wanted to like be focused because I know myself. And so, apparently I said this. I didn't remember that I said this. And so, I don't know, like a little bit of time after my graduation, I was like, all right, I'll try Bumble.
And why was Bumble the choice?
Because the girl has to, they're the ones who reach out. And so I did that, and I was on it for literally 4 days. I did it right before we left to film Breaking Point and Walking Blind.
Right.
And so like I want to say like for one day it was like, it had, it was hitting up people from my area.
Yeah.
And then the next 3 days I was up in Seattle. Dude, it gave me anxiety.
Why? Because so many women were hitting you up?
No. I don't know. It just felt, I don't know how to explain it. I just felt super like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like this gets very weird.
Did you feel weird about being like judged basically? Kind
of. And also just like,
did you have anxiety that people weren't going to hit you up? Like you were going to be on the app and people weren't going to pay attention to you, or like?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't think I would have cared.
Yeah.
But I think it was more of just like, I just felt weird that it's like it's happening here, which is ridiculous because like I've talked and made friends with people on like Instagram and Facebook. You know what I mean? Like.
Right.
And so, I don't know why that was so weird for me, but like. I was like legit getting anxiety. So then after 4 days, I deleted it and then never went back. But yeah. So I don't know if I'm open to try it again or maybe a different one. But
so we kind of had this conversation the other day when we were at lunch, and it's definitely kind of a weird thing when you start dating, especially if you start dating like in this scene that we're in, right? Like I generally, like for the most part, have not dated anybody that like knew me because I played music or played in a band or was involved in a band or anything like that. And I feel like it's the same with you. Like you walk this weird path, right? Where like if you meet somebody at a show, you meet somebody at an event or whatever, like there's always this weird, more so for you than me. There's always this weird like, oh, is this person gonna like Mike of NBR, or are they gonna get to know me as a person, whatever? the case may be.
Mm.
And like, I kind of say like, I know where I live in this like hierarchy of things, right? Like, I'm not that guy that like, and this isn't like being self-deprecating or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that dude that just shows up places and people are like, oh fuck, go on and talk to that guy, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to get to know me before you're like, I'm fucking in love with him, right? Like, that's what it takes. Not really to that extent, but like, you have to really get to know me to really know who I am and
right.
shit like that, right? I feel like you're kind of in that same boat too. Like, you're not like what people see as Mike of MBR is only such a small portion of like who you are as a person, really. So like, when it comes to the music and it comes to the scene and it comes to the things that you do, like, are they going after the image of who they think you are versus who you actually are?
Right.
Which has kind of led like, and throughout the like years, you and I have both dated girls that were in no way involved in what we did.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of got sucked into the world after the fact.
Yeah.
So it's always just been like a really interesting dynamic. And then like, so then at a point in time like this, where you spend most of your time in the scene, but then you don't date in the scene, like, how do you meet somebody?
Yeah. And then, so like, I feel like, see, and part of the reason why I think I've held off on trying to do online dating is because I feel like, cause I started to become like open to it, because I was like, oh man, like my social circles are like very small, because I basically do the same thing like all the time.
Yeah.
And so like, but in my mind, I'm like, no, but I'm gonna be like branching out soon, because like, you know, I don't know, I feel like the world's opening up again, and but then I'm like, I still do the same shit. Like, I still work at my shop, and yeah, I don't know. My circle isn't as broad, and I think also, and like, this is me eating my own words, because like, I've literally said this too, where it's like, you know, if you're not looking, you're not gonna find it. So if you look, then like, or at least if you start being more mindful, then like, maybe you'll start seeing like, I don't know, opportunities present themselves or whatever. But like, I'm never in that mode.
I think, okay, maybe I'm looking at it differently than you. I think if you're trying to find it, you're going to find something, but it may not be what you're looking for. Right? Like, if you're actively just looking and pursuing it.
Yeah.
But I also think that it's less about looking for it and more about being open to it. I don't think you've been open to it for a while. Right? Like, there's a part of you that was like school, work, you know, like career. There's just so much shit that was like, okay, like, I don't want to, I don't even have time to focus on this, because it's going to distract me from this. And then like, so now you're kind of in a place where you're like, school's done. Right now, I'm not going for my master's. Right now, I'm going for, you know, working on the podcast, working on music projects, working on things like that. And then now what's that missing piece that kind of can bring it all together, you know?
Yeah.
And you're going to find it on Tinder.
I don't know. I don't think I can do Tinder.
So, I mean, what's the play? If you were to jump on any dating app right now, would it be back to Bumble, Tinder, J-Date, Farmers Only,
Probably Farmer. Let's get
a Fish,
I don't know.
Short Kings.
Is there a Short Kings?
I don't know.
I was like, then yes. I don't know. I really don't know. Bumble still always, it feels like the easiest one. As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, I can do that, because that's like, I don't have to. It's on the girl. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I want to be open and find somebody out in the world in my life, but I don't think I'm ever in that mode.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm ever like looking.
How does Mike Perez spit game? Like, what's the opening line? Like, how do you go about?
I don't think I spit game. I feel like anyone that I've ever dated, it's been like a long process.
Now, casual Mike spits game.
No, casual Mike talks shit.
And that's worked for casual Mike. I've seen it happen.
That actually, yeah. No, I don't know. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. I'm already hearing it in my head. I get very, I get bored in conversation early.
Yeah.
Like if someone's not interesting, I get bored fast, very fast.
Or if somebody's not giving you the same energy.
Yeah, or same energy. Yeah. That's the other thing too, because it's like, oh, we don't have to talk.
Yeah.
Like, I've had that too. Where I'm like, okay, she doesn't want to talk to me. Like, this is fine. I can go do something else. I don't need to be talking to you.
It's funny because that just sparked a memory in my head. At emo night, there was some random girl there, and like I started talking to her just because she was around everybody, and it wasn't like an attraction thing. It was just like I'm just talking to her, making casual conversation, and she had said that she was there because she had been at Brooklyn emo night, and then she just moved out here to work at Loma Linda and saw that there was an emo night here, and it was the same people, so she came out. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, that's crazy. I work at Loma Linda, right? And then I just remember the conversation just like died.
Yeah.
Like it just stopped, and I was like, well, it's nice meeting you.
Yeah.
See you later. And I just walked away, and it like, I mean, I guess that's nobody's fault, but at the same time, like,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for like I mean, obviously, I don't have it. Not all my conversations are like riveting and fully engaging, but like if it's someone I'm interested in, or man, I don't even know. I don't know.
You're like, it's been so long.
It's been so long. I don't know. It definitely has to be someone that I can talk to. I've never done well with somebody that's like as quiet as I am.
Yeah.
And that's rare, unless it's like somebody I've known for years or something. Then it's like, okay. But
do you tend to go for like the yin and yang type thing, where like you're the quiet one and then they talk quite a bit?
Kind of, yeah. I don't know how that works for me. Apparently it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked out well. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of what even.
Are you still trying to come up with your opening line for spitting game?
Yeah, that too. I don't think I have an open line. I don't think Hi.
Hi, I'm Mike. Voice cracking.
Yeah.
And everything. It's nice to meet you.
I don't know. No, I don't think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever. I mean, and so like, unless I'm like once in like junior high, have I ever like gone up to a girl and been like, I'm gonna talk to you, like, hi, I'm like introducing myself in that way. I have no problem doing it for friends. Like I've definitely gone for friends and be like, hey, I'm Mike. That's my the name. That's my buddy over there. Just let me tell you guys hello.
What happened to the era of like, hey, what's up? I'm so and so. My friend thinks you're cute.
The wingman?
Yeah.
What happened to the wingman? I don't know.
Or the wing woman. Remember, girls used to walk up like randomly and be like, my friend thinks you're cute, and you'd be like, all right, cool.
I'll just say thank you.
I appreciate that a lot.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. I guess I feel like that's still got to be a thing. I don't know
You're
what
like,
it is.
it's still a thing, but we don't experience it.
We don't experience it. If that were to happen, if that's happened like in the last 10 years with any of us, it would have been purely for like as a joke. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like it would have clearly been like that was like something that was always fun on tour.
Yeah.
Every now and then, like some girl walks over the table, or there's like a girls like hanging out from the table. I'd be like, is that the one you said was cute?
Yeah.
Instagram.
Did you see the video? Did I send it to I think I sent it to our Instagram group chat about the dude that was wingmanning for his friend. And so like the guy, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be wingman for my friend over here. And he walks up, and his homie is talking to like this pretty cute blonde girl, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? Whatever. It's like, oh, is this the girl you were talking about? He's like, the one that like, her eyes always match the outfit, and like he's like complimenting her on like the most random shit. And he's like, yeah, this her right here. He's like, oh man, yeah, hey, you right, man. She's a bad one. Like, and they're just talking all this shit or whatever, and then you could tell that she's into it. I don't know if it could have been a staged video. Absolutely, it's the internet. Nothing's fucking real. But I was just like, this is hilarious because this would work so perfectly. Like that's true. Like you walk up, you help your boy out, you're complimenting the girl that he's talking to, and you walk away. I was like, this is modern wingmanning at its finest.
I'm sure the rules have had to change too. I think so I feel like wingman stuff or just approaching people in general has been
the rules have changed.
It's just different because you don't want to be creepy or like the whole don't think because I'm here like this doesn't mean I need to talk to anyone. I don't know.
Listen, sometimes even though you got two handsome men right here, that doesn't always mean that people want us to talk to them.
Was more often the case than not. But.
More often, they don't want us to talk to them. But I think the rules have definitely changed. I think it's definitely it's not the same world where you could walk up and like tell a joke or say something like, kind of off the wall or make up some random ass comment because somebody will find a way to be offended. At least the way we talk.
Yeah, and so going back to like not dating in the scene or just dating. So I think also things are like different for me in the sense that if you are from the scene and you do know my band, then like majority of why I'm approached is having to do with mental health.
Yeah.
And so then there's that. So that's another thing that I'm like, I'm always aware of too. Like girls like approach me a lot. It's like, she's not talking to me because of anything other than she wants to share, what's going on with her or she has a question about something or she wanted to run.
She's telling you about her boyfriend.
Yeah. But, so I don't know. So there's also that, like, I don't know. Just weird. Dating's weird, guys.
So what are the odds that you meet somebody like at the coffee shop? Mm-hmm. Or you meet somebody like when you're getting your hair cut or your hair styled or something, or you meet somebody when you're getting that Just for Men touch of gray put in your hair. Like what do you do in that scenario? Do you just go, cool, just let it be?
I probably just let it be, honestly. Dude, I think because I have met people at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Like I have had, I just don't pursue it, I guess.
Do you feel like, okay, this is an honest question. Do you feel like there are cues that you just completely miss? Like there are people that'll like try and hit you like, oh, hey, Mike, like, hey, Mike, what's up? Or they'll make comments or whatever. And you're just like, it's just going way over your head. Like you don't even realize it.
Yeah. I think a lot of it's that.
Yeah.
I just assume everyone is like friendly or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause I feel like it's less awkward.
I feel like for even to this day, for a very long time though, especially when I was a kid, I was really dumb at picking up on cues, like picking up on cues with girls, everything. And I just thought of this, like one of my most embarrassing moments was, this was in high school. It wasn't even a really embarrassing moment, but just looking back at myself now that I know what I know, I'm like, like straight up, like, so I remember in high school, there was a girl that was like, oh, hey, like, let's hang out, after your school or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, yeah, I'll just come hang out before I go to practice. I won't say which sport she played, but yeah.
but it was softball.
I won't say what sport she played, but it involved kicking a ball.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she comes to the house. She's hanging out with me, and then she's like, "Yeah, I got to change for practice." And I'm like, "Oh, the bathroom's over there." And she's like, "It's cool. I'll change right here." Right? And so she's like looking me in the eyes, changing into her uniform. And my young, innocent, totally oblivious self was just like, "Yeah, so like what time's practice? Like what's it?" Dude, full on, all the way down to the underwear, kind of stopped, looked at me for a second, and then like slowly started putting on her clothes, like her uniform. And it was like this realization of like, is he like not gonna do it? And I didn't do anything. Got fully dressed right in front of me. She's like, "All right, well, I'll see you later." And I'm like, "All right, bye." Like just like gave her a hug real quick, and she left. And I'm like, "Oh, that was cool, man." She came and hung out with me. It literally wasn't until years later I was like, just kind of sitting around. And
Were you not attracted to her?
she was super hot. I was like, "Wow, she's really attractive. I can't believe she's changing in front of me." But I was just dumb. I didn't pick up on any of this stuff.
You just feel like you're like the friend.
Yeah. And it was like literally wasn't until years later, and I can admit this, it wasn't until years later, once I was just sitting by myself and I was like talking to somebody, and we're just like, and I was like, fuck. Like, holy shit,
dude. That's funny. I don't think. Yeah.
You're like, I was never that dumb.
The fish jumped in my boat, skinned itself,
and I put it back.
And then, yeah. It tried to jump on the grill, and then it just.
I tried to save its life.
And then I just put it back in the ocean. That's funny. No, I for sure. I feel like I missed a lot of cues. Or I don't know. I miss them. I think I just assume everyone's just like being friendly, or like, I don't know. Maybe I talk myself out of it too, but I don't know. Dating's fun, guys.
Dating's interesting, guys. All right. So I know that I want to tell this story real quick. So the other night when I was out, Mike actually attempted to do a YouTube live.
Gosh, dude.
And so he got this new app. He got this new program.
I got a couple things. I was so set up. I had my whole setup. That's the one thing that's cool about my being in my new little room, is like I was able to like, I don't know, everything works out well.
Yeah,
it's a good little setup. But yeah.
Okay. I'm seeing if we have any questions on the Instagram, because we always tend to miss them.
I had one when I went on this. So,
hey, why did we tag Footloose the movie in a post? Why did we send a message to Footloose the movie?
Because the song.
Oh, okay.
The song from Footloose. We were talking about sax solos.
That's right.
And it has one of the greatest sax solos.
I was so confused for a second there why I was available.
Yeah, on purpose, 100%. And so we've been talking about how we want to do, we want to start doing live, but from YouTube.
Yeah.
In hopes to grow the channel. So I got everything all set up, and then it wouldn't let me do it. Like it just wasn't happening. And so I was trying for like a really, really long time. And then I finally just gave up, and I went on live from like my own personal Instagram, all defeated. And then so yesterday I was telling Mike, because I was like, dude, I don't know what's going on. I'll just have to show you. And so we go out to eat yesterday, and I'm like, so this is the app. This is what you do. I went on, I pushed it, and then this happened. And then I pushed it, and it went live. Like, it works. So I still don't know what happened, but I think now I'll be able to do some lives on YouTube, and
Yeah, so if you guys haven't yet, follow the YouTube channel at Walking Blind Pod.
I think it's just Walking Blind.
I think because the email address is walkingblindpod@gmail.com. Maybe the channel is just Walking Blind. But we do have all the video versions of the podcast up there. And then we do have, or we will be starting to do like these lives from there as well. So we want to, kind of do it on a platform where we can kind of see a little more interaction. Like it's a little more easier. It's a little more easy to interact with you guys on like YouTube. Walking Blind. Okay. It's a little easier to interact with you guys on YouTube, like in the comments and stuff like that, than it is really to interact with you guys on the Instagram lives. Yeah. Because the Instagram lives are so hard to keep up with while you're actually on there, and then you're on the phone and everything. Yeah. So that's something we want to try. If you guys are interested in that, let us know at walkingblindpod@gmail. Also, make sure you follow us on everything. Walking Blind Pod. Did you say you had a question? Or no?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't a very big one, but it was asked when I went on my failed live. My buddy Zane had asked about my tags.
Yeah.
Have I talked about this on the podcast before?
I don't know. I don't know if you have or not.
I feel like I have. Anyway,
I think you might have.
So for my tags, I can't remember when I mean, obviously I was still touring when this happened, but throughout my time touring, every so often guys in service would give me their tags, and it was kind of like as a thank you, because they said NBR helped them when they were like different reasons. Anyway, so guys would give me their tags. So then I just started wearing them, and the cool. Oh, this is what I was talking on the left. So one of the cooler tags I got, I didn't bring them. I actually have them in a box somewhere right now. But when we were in Hamburg, Germany, we had two dudes from Israel fly out to the show, and that was already cool on its own that they came out, and so like again, like I've never asked for this. I've never asked anyone to give me like their tags or anything. Yeah, absolutely. But I believe it was their names were Moab and Oded. I think it was Oded. He's like, I want to give you this, and it was his Israeli dog tags, and they're cool. They're like in this little pouch thing, and then so that was cool. And the other thing, actually, what I do have. So I was just excited to meet them and stuff. And oh no, I have it here.
I was really excited to meet them, and no, it's gone.
And so they didn't really have anything else to give me, but they signed just Israeli money, a 20, and it says from your friends, and then they both signed it.
From your friends in. What does it say? I can't tell what that says. That's cool.
But yeah.
You keep that in your wallet?
Yeah. I hope to spend it someday. I was kidding. But
that's
anyway,
cool though.
So that was. I wish I would have had the tags because they just look cool. But anyway, so yeah, that was his buddy Zane asked that. What my tags are.
So I do have one more thing. So kind of like intentionally but unintentionally, we kind of just gave you guys a BS episode about our love lives. You know what I mean? Like it's BS just because we think our love lives are funny. But if that's entertaining to anybody, like now you guys know what's going on. But
and you get to hear this is half the conversations that we will have at the car jump.
Yeah. But one of the things that like, I wanted to bring up, and that like I don't think we even talked about this, but the pieces fell into place like just now. So May is actually Mental Health Month.
Yep.
So today's May 2nd when we're recording. So this was like our first day really getting together on this. And I saw this post today, and I sent it to the Walking Blind page because this was something that I read through that I thought was like kind of cool, and I just wanted to read it to everybody. And sorry, I'm all congested, but this was from a, if you want to follow her on the gram, it's Mind Matters with Div. I believe it's Divya Robin. She's a therapist and wellness educator in New York. And she just shows like mental health contact daily. Now, once again, I am not the mental health expert. I'm not the one that can like really give you advice, but some of the things that I've seen her post and some of the things that I've read through are cool. Like I like the message. And there was a post that she put up today that was about the best mental health advice I've ever heard as a therapist. And these are her words, not mine. But so she said, as a therapist, I've had many discussions about mental health with supervisors, colleagues, and researchers. To honor Mental Health Month, I put together some of the best pieces of advice I've heard to nurture and improve your well-being. So it says, you often have to do something before you feel the positive effects of it. So the behavior comes first and then the feeling. If you constantly wait to quote unquote feel a certain way, less anxious, confident, motivated, you likely will remain stuck. At times you have to do even when you don't want to in order to achieve that positive emotion. You cannot control your emotions, but you can control your responses. Instead of being harsh on yourself for experiencing emotions, consider validating your emotions and focusing on how you can intentionally respond. Try not to make decisions when you are emotionally activated or feeling off, like not yourself, tired, or unmotivated. When you're emotional, the logical part of your mind isn't able to function to its full capacity. So during these times, focus on emotion regulation versus pushing yourself to do. At the end of the day, people will not remember your achievements, salary at age whatever, the school you went to, or curated social media feed. As humans, we understand people, like how much we want to be around them if we like them, based on how they make us feel, not based on what they did. So it's okay if you're different than others. In fact, that feeling illustrates your authenticity, like the ability to be your true self, which will be different in ways. You can be different than other people and still connect with them. You are worthy of relationships where you don't have to keep trading in your authenticity for acceptance. Behaviors serve you differently at different points of your life. What may have served you as a child to survive, like people-pleasing, avoidance, and suppression, may not serve you in adult relationships. Being intentional and curious about your behaviors versus being on autopilot can give you insight and deeper emotional awareness. You're a human being, and because of that, you're inherently imperfect. And you are coexisting with many other imperfect individuals, all who hold their own painful emotions, traumas, and toxic behaviors. It is natural to struggle and need to help navigating your emotional and psychological state. It is natural to struggle and need help navigating your emotional and psychological state. Know that it's okay, and in fact, it's natural to ask for professional help and need support. I encourage you to take care of your mental and emotional health, not only this month, but always. It's okay to slow down, reflect, and put yourself first while you regulate your emotions and gain self-awareness. If you found this post helpful and would like daily mental health encouragement and education, you can follow her page at Mind Matters with Div, D-I-V. And then also, I mean, obviously we're not the professionals, but same thing. If you guys need any type of help, encouragement, education's questionable at the end. Hit us up also at Walking Blind Pod. I saw that today and I just thought like, yo, this would be kind of cool to like a lot of this is, I feel like a lot of this is things that we know, but it's cool to hear it from someone else.
Yeah.
You know? So take that with whatever grain of salt you will.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
So that being said, everything else?
Well, this Friday.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, it'll be Wednesday, maybe the cusp of Thursday. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Yeah, and we will be playing at Rockefeller's in Corona. Show starts at 8. We want you guys to come out and see all the bands. No.
Yeah. No Hard Feelings. Shiva.
No Hard
Shiva.
Feelings, Shiva.
Shiva.
Harsh Reality, Darsum, Torture Culture, and Burner State. And it's a free show, 21 and up, free show, starts at 8 p.m. You'll see, we'll probably post the flyer from the Walking Blind page. I think that'd be cool to do that.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come out, hang out with us. Dude, if you guys come out and then, and I mean, obviously if you're friends with us, you know, like just come out and just tell us like, hey, I heard you mentioned on the podcast. If you've never met us before, let's give them a code word. What code word can you give them?
Code word should be something like, because the night we're theming it, was it punk versus hardcore?
Yeah. It's punk versus hardcore.
The code word should be, I don't know, something. I was thinking something with ska.
Sick horns, bro.
Sick horns.
How about round one?
Round one, because it is.
Because it is versus
Yeah.
round one. Come out to us and be like, yo, if you, either one of us, because more than likely we're going to be hanging out, but there may be times when we go our separate ways. Yeah.
We're not always together.
Yeah, we're not always together.
But we are.
But yeah.
And I'm gonna have to be sharing him. So
come up to us, say round one. I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe we should take some cool pictures and post them on the Walking Blind page. If anybody comes up and says, yo, round one, we'll be like, all right, sick.
And then the sad will be like, there will be any
nobody
will say it who stayed this long.
Yeah.
Yeah, round one. We got to remember that, because if someone comes up to us, we're like, what?
Yeah.
No, we'll remember. But yeah, come out, guys. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting, I think, because we're very pop punk, and yeah. I think I'm curious to see, because for sure there hasn't been a show like this at Rockefeller's yet. I don't think
so.
Mixed like this. They've had pop punk shows, they've had hardcore shows and stuff, but a little mix like this, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, follow us on our social medias, please.
At Walking Blind Pod everywhere.
Subscribe. I'm still a couple thousand away from getting my tattoo, so
a lot of thousands away from your tattoo. Couple thousand away from releasing the Ignite demos.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
We gotta pick a number for that.
Let's see. What's our gram at? The gram is currently at why'd that take so long to get there? The gram is currently at 291. So what do you want to say?
Grams at 291.
Yeah. 300 is too easy.
Yeah, I was at 500.
500? So get the gram up to 500 followers and we'll release the Ignite demo. How many did you do?
3.
3? So
Bleeding, Let It Burn, and Veteran.
okay, so get the gram up to 500 followers and we will drop one of those on the gram. And then a full video on the YouTube too.
Do you like a sing through?
Sick. All right.
All right.
We love you guys.
Peace.